So the road to the knockout stage promo has begun, and in it there is a De Ligt SBC item. It's an 87 overall to begin with, but it does have some serious potential to get upgraded, with Juve currently top of their group. Now, if you don't know how these road to the knockout stage cards work, essentially if the team progresses out of the group stage, the card will get an upgrade. They can also get another upgrade via their team winning 3 of their remaining 4 games. If you need some coins to improve your ultimate team, look no further than IG Vault for the cheapest coins on the market, and if you use the code Kieran at checkout, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. Now, those of you who watch my best centre backs in FIFA 22 video will know that I'm actually a big fan of De Ligt's normal item. I think it's a pretty underrated card. Fair enough, it's not the quickest in this ultimate team where we've got so many defenders who are already over 80 paced, but he's still just such a solid defender, so I'm looking forward to trying out this boosted version of him today. As I say, he does come via SBC and is only out for a week, but we'll discuss his price later on in the video. Now, in terms of an actual upgrade versus the non-informed card, defending and physical has only gone up by 1, but passing and pace have both gone up by 4 and dribbling up by 3. So it's not particularly a monster upgrade for what is a +2 overall, but still, I'm sure he's got some really good physical and defending stats already. And like I've already touched on, with these live items, it is also about potential. How good could this card get if in real life Juve perform well? So let's take a look at the in-game stats then. What is there to like about this card? Like the physicals are already pretty insane. 94 strength on a centre back is fantastic, and 94 jumping on a centre back who is 6'2" is absolutely ridiculous. It really, really is. Stamina of 76, it's not great, but it's definitely not bad for a CB. In regards to the defending stats, they're good for the most part, not particularly brilliant in the interception stats, but still pretty good. But the chem style we're going to apply, which is going to be Shadow, is obviously going to help out in all of them departments. Pace is pretty solid, and once again, Shadow will certainly help out with that. And the dribbling, it's okay, isn't it? Obviously, composure and reactions are pretty high, which is very nice. The rest of the dribbling stats are, once again, just average for a centre-back, especially one of this high rating. All in all, though, I think it looks like a pretty good card, and I'm excited to try it out. And he's going to be partnered with Player of the Month Koulibaly, who I reviewed not too long ago. Okay, so on debut, we are up against this very, very nice team. Sadly, no Messi for my opposition, but hopefully that'll help us, the fact we're up against Di Maria instead of a Messi. Nah, oh, I was going to say nice block there by De Ligt, but he like fell to the floor. Don't know if he actually got a touch on that. Maybe we'll see here. Yeah. Got ourselves a corner here. De Ligt, does not win the aerial duel though, which is kind of surprising. Okay, so we are 1-0 down at half-time thanks to that goal, which is very frustrating, but there just hasn't been too much action, to be honest. My opponent likes to pass around the back a lot, and we haven't been able to get much of the ball. Hopefully we can change that in the second 45. Nice, great tackle there. Big block as well from De Ligt. Tried to switch play there. Interesting. Through ball there. And it does find the man. Great ball in the end. It's gone for the through ball, which hopefully one of De Ligt or Koulibaly will deal with, and in fact they don't. They actually trip each other up. Oh, don't like that. I think De Ligt got a header in there. Nice. Natural movement there from De Ligt to make the intercept. Ball's returned up from Fernandez. De Ligt with the header. Oh, good save from the keeper. And there's full time. Unfortunately, we don't get the win. The game ends in a draw, but at least we didn't take a loss. Pretty annoying game, to be honest. My opponent was very frustrating with possession, but at least, as I say, we didn't lose. How was De Ligt in this match? He was alright, to be fair. I don't think either of my centre-backs particularly stood out in like a massive fashion, but like he wasn't horrible or anything like that. Made some good interceptions and tackles here and there, but hopefully we see more from him in other matches. In the following match, we are up against... He's got a loan. He has a loan in this division. That's kind of surprising, but here we go. Very good team. Upamecano is an absolute beast this year. This ball is ping-ponging everywhere, but De Ligt comes up with an intercept. Goes for the long ball, which we are going to try and get in pursuit of. Oh, the keeper's moved. Oh, I just can't get the ball. Oh, we couldn't fully take advantage. What a wild start to the game that would have been. That was a really weird animation from his goalkeeper. Is it Sterling going to try and get down the line? De Ligt in pursuit. Makes a good tackle there. And does well. Bit fortunate with the bounce, but does help us keep possession. Chance. Oh, nice, I guess. Closed the man down, but unfortunately just didn't get the bounce. And after we scored a third goal, my opponent is on his way out. De Ligt actually was a bit busy in that game, and he did a really good job with everything he had to do. So was Koulibaly, to be fair, made a couple of key blocks, but our attack pretty much won us the game. Okay then, we've played a few games now, so shall we have a chat about this road to the knockouts, De Ligt? I like this card. I do think it's pretty solid, but I'm going to tell you straight away, I do not think, as things stand, this card feels like much of an upgrade versus the non-inform item. So I think for this SBC to be worth doing, you're going to have to be hopeful that Juve are going to do well in the Champions League group stage. It's likely that they're going to get out of their group, like I've already said, they're currently top with 2 wins. But it's not as likely that they'll get the 3 out of 4 remaining wins because they've got obviously a couple of tough games, Chelsea being one of them. But they could certainly do it. We'll obviously have to see what happens. Nonetheless, as I say, for this De Ligt to be worth it, I think he needs at least one, maybe both of the boosts, because currently, even though he is a +2 overall versus a non-inform, I personally didn't think there was a massive difference. So just something to consider right there. Anyway, positive to this card, what is there? Strength is absolutely brilliant, and he's very good at just, knocking people off the ball. So if you're not as confident with your tackling, at least you've got a player who obviously can just, pretty much just beast his way through players, just knock them off the ball, I guess. And defensively, for most part, he's pretty solid. Obviously, we do have to put a bit of credit to the Shadow Chem star, which boosts them stats. But in-game, for me, for most part, made some good tackles, some good sliding challenges as well, and just in general, did make some nice blocks, which is obviously very pleasing. I do wish his interceptions were a little bit better. I definitely think there's centre-backs in the game that do them better, but nonetheless, they're obviously not terrible. His passing game is okay in terms of short passing, but long passing, it was just very inconsistent. And this year, I found long balls from a centre-back to be pretty overpowered, and unfortunately, this De Ligt isn't particularly brilliant at them. Not saying he can't do them, because as we saw in the clips, he can. He's just not particularly consistent at doing them, which is obviously a shame. Pace was obviously quite nice. Didn't feel, super rapid, but still felt pretty quick. Obviously, once again, the chem style helped, and positionally, he was solid, to be honest. Medium-high work rates obviously keep him back, and he just sits and does a good job, and he's just one of them defenders that probably won't come out of position unless you yourself pull him out. Now, the final thing to discuss, because for most part, this whole review has been very positive, is the aerial ability. I don't know what happened, but for most part, when defending headers, his heading was fine, but when attacking them, he just didn't seem that interested sometimes. The ball would literally just go past him, which was really strange, but yeah, just something I thought was worth mentioning. Anyway, all in all, a very good centre-back card, and if you run with a Serie A team, I think the centre-back partnership of Player of the Month Koulibaly and this road to the knockouts De Ligt is actually a very solid combo. If I was picking between the two, I definitely think Koulibaly is the better option right now, but obviously this item is a live card and it does have potential to get even better. It could go obviously up twice, which I think would be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, what I would say is I don't think 80k for this card is bad value at all. I think it's actually a pretty fair price, even though I think a lot of people might think it's a little bit over the top. I just think because there's 6 SBCs, people don't like it, but obviously the cost does come into it as well. But I'm just saying, 80k, I don't think this card is bad, especially if you are confident the upgrades will come to this item, because at that point you'll have yourself a very good Serie A centre-back. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on the road to the final De Ligt. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like rating on it. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on the item. Also, let me know your thoughts on the SBC2, and who else should I review? Which other road to the final item, road to the knockout, items should I pick up and give a go to? And also, there's a link in the description to my new channel where I'm going to upload some extra reviews on, so make sure you subscribe to that. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.